It all started one summer evening when I was stargazing in my backyard. The air was cool, the sky clear, and the stars seemed close enough to touch. I'd always felt a deep connection to the cosmos, but I never imagined the cosmos would connect back. A bright streak of light suddenly crossed the sky, brighter than any shooting star I had ever seen. It grew larger and brighter until I realized it wasn't a meteor at all. It was a spacecraft. Before I could fully grasp what was happening, the ship landed silently and elegantly, right in the middle of the field behind my house. I should have run, maybe screamed. Instead, I stood frozen as the hatch opened, and she emerged. Her skin shimmered faintly, a shade of lavender that seemed to shift in the light. Her eyes were large, iridescent, and undeniably intelligent. She moved with a grace that felt otherworldly, and yet her smile was warm, disarming. "Human," she said, her voice melodic and tinged with an unplaceable accent. "My name is Lyra. I've come here seeking help." What followed was a whirlwind of revelations. Lyra explained she was from a distant star system, sent to Earth as part of a diplomatic mission. Her ship had malfunctioned, stranding her here temporarily. Over the next few months, I helped her repair it. During that time, we talked about everything. Her world, my world, our hopes, our fears. Somewhere along the way, those conversations turned into something deeper. But life is rarely simple. My family, always nosy and ever curious, eventually noticed Lyra's presence. One awkward dinner turned into many, and before I knew it, Lyra had charmed her way into their hearts. My mother adored her exotic manners. My siblings found her stories fascinating. Then came the bombshell. "My family wants us to get married, human," she said one evening, her tone both amused and serious. I blinked. "Married?" She tilted her head, studying me with those mesmerizing eyes. "In my culture, such bonds are sacred. Your family's suggestion aligns with my people's traditions. Besides," she added with a playful smile, "you're not entirely unappealing." And so, the craziest chapter of my life began. The wedding preparations were unconventional, to say the least. My family insisted on blending human traditions with Lyra's alien customs. The result was a chaotic mix of floral arrangements and bioluminescent orbs, vows spoken under the stars, and a feast featuring both Earth's finest and some curious gelatinous delicacies from Lyra's ship. The day of the wedding was surreal. Standing under an arch of intertwining earthly and alien flora, I couldn't believe how far my life had come from quiet nights of stargazing. As Lyra approached, radiant in her shimmering ceremonial attire, I realized something profound. Love, in all its forms, transcends galaxies. We exchanged vows that night, hers filled with poetic metaphors about stars and eternity, mine stumbling but heartfelt. When she slipped a ring of glowing crystal onto my finger, I knew this was a bond unlike any other. Life with Lyra hasn't been without challenges. Interstellar cultural differences make for some amusing misunderstandings, and the occasional Earth bureaucrat has raised an eyebrow at her lack of documentation. But every day with her is an adventure. We've built a life that bridges two worlds, proving that love can truly conquer anything, even the vastness of space. As I sit here now, recounting this tale with Lyra by my side, her fingers entwined with mine, I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. I was just a human with a telescope and a dream, and now I'm married to an alien woman. And you know what? It's the best thing that ever happened to me.